At the end of your paper, you have the conclusion paragraph. This is where you restate your main point to give your paper a strong ending. However, a good conclusion is not just repetitive. Sure, you want to bring it full circle and wrap up things with a nice restatement, but don't simply type up your introduction twice. For that matter, you don't really want to include new information here either. That should have been taken care of in your body paragraphs. Once you've gotten to the conclusion, the time for new details is over. Although if you wanted to include a story or an anecdote that supports your main point, those can be an exception. Here are some things that you can do to develop a strong concluding paragraph. Give a brief summary of your supporting points. Remind the reader of the reasons why your thesis has been defended and why this is a strong paper. Maybe call the reader to action. Give the reader a challenge. Make them feel like the experience of reading isn't complete without acting on it. Give a warning. Perhaps you can share ways that your reader can apply the information to their own lives and avoid a potentially bad outcome suggested by your paper. Perhaps I might say in my coffee shop paper, if you don't go to 5 Watt, you'll be stuck with flavorless burnt coffee. Relate it to real life. If you have a kind of out there topic, kind of something obscure, try to bring it down to earth a little bit. Make your reader understand that the information you've presented can be applied to their lives as well. And you could ask a provocative question. Leave the reader thinking and pondering about what they've read. Sometimes the best endings are cliffhangers. And the very final step in this essay writing process is to edit. You aren't done with your paper when you finish your conclusion. You need to carefully proofread and make sure that it's ready to be turned in. So give yourself a breather between writing and editing. There are a couple of reasons for this. A, you deserve it, you just wrote a paper. And B, it's helpful to step away for a little while. It's helpful to get some distance between you and the paper. If you do this, you're going to come back with a clearer, more focused mind, and you may be able to see things that you may have missed the first time around. It's actually very helpful to do that. It's actually very helpful to get that distance sometimes. So give yourself some time to be able to step away and then come back to edit. Now, obviously, this means to practice good time management, so don't finish the paper at 7 a.m. the day it's due, because you won't have time to do that editing process. Try to finish it a few days early and allow yourself some time for revision. And speaking of revision, you can use the STAR strategy, obviously. Go back and review that video if you need to. Reading it out loud may help you catch errors that may have gotten by you while writing. Having a friend proofread it can be even more helpful because you'll have another perspective on your paper to consider when revising, as well as having another set of eyes to check for errors. Maybe you can find someone and make a deal with each other to be each other's paper editors for this year. Try it, see how it goes. Finally, imagine yourself as the reader. You are always writing for an audience. Make sure you have the reader always in mind, and with every choice you make and every word you include, think about the one who will be reading it. This is another chance to consider another person's perspective, even if it's just that nameless reader. Any exercise that helps us step out of our comfort zone helps us develop into better communicators, and this will only translate to success later in life. Feel free to review any of these essay writing videos at any point during any of your papers in the year. That's why they're here. That's why they're posted for you.